Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the ESL 1 Road to Rio. We're here on the B stream for c0ntact against Movistar Riders, and we're getting straight into Nuke, Dean, the first map of this series.
Yeah, I mean, I seen c0ntact looking quite impressive on Nuke the other day, so I think that this should be a competitive one, and we're not going to have too much time really to discuss it before the action actually will kick off, because right now Letney, in towards the back of the ramp, not initially being cleared out, was able to pick off one kill for himself as they go forward in towards Hell. Emmy also picking one off there from the CT spawn. That's given them a great advantage. They even have Alex still pinned in towards ramp. Movistar Riders at the moment really aren't in positions to help each other out, so they need to win out these individual duels. And so far, that's just not happening. Letney again returns one. Steel and E-Star, all that remain. The bomb is getting planted in the meantime. Over towards that A bomb site. Esperanto rotating down to B. Do they think it's B? I guess not, because Emmy's gone heaven. Yeah, they've realized now, I believe.
Yeah, they still have that kit as well, so it's not going to be the end of the world for them. The bomb is ticking, and E-Star has to try and frag out, pushing onto the bomb site. He backs away, both players in hut, but it's only Esperanto left. Quick headshot onto the first man, and he can go back for the kit. It's planted safe, so Steel is going to feel pressured here. He has to push, but he stays safe. He realizes it's the fake and gets back to safety. Now Esperanto's going to lock the bomb, and Steel's going to close the distance, looking for the fight, and he wins it. 3K for Steel, and an early round on the board for Movistar Riders. Coming off that with a 2v3. Well played.
Yeah, incredibly well done. After we seen such a strong advantage being found in the beginning for c0ntact, they had the 5-on-3 even at one point. It seemed like it definitely should have been their round, but good recovery from Movistar Riders with that now obviously taking a pretty safe approach into this round, realizing that they very likely are up against the Force. A scout for Deagles. I always like to see this, as I've pointed out before, the Deagles can do some damage, make it a little bit easier for the scout, and also vice versa. They can just help each other out. But Movistar Riders, I mean, they've been looking good. Of course, taking down Mouse Sports recently as well, so they've just been looking impressive in general, and I do think coming into this matchup for c0ntact, it's going to be a tough one. Nuke, I mean, this is one that I think, okay, yeah, they could definitely do a decent job here, but I'm still favoring Movistar Riders. Going on to Mirage is one where I'm like, yeah, okay, c0ntact should look pretty good there, but even then, Movistar Riders, it's a very strong map for them, and one that should be competitive, and if it gets to train somehow, that's where I think c0ntact probably won't really be able to do a lot. They didn't look impressive on train versus Copenhagen Flames. But here we go, we are going to have c0ntact soon and towards Secret.
Bit of map control taken, forcing the smoke out from the CT side. Emmy, the man here, holding down. Yeah, c0ntact in general, after that loss against Copenhagen Flames, have probably got to win this game. And Steel gets the headshot through the smoke. Fantastic start to the round. Otto quickly taken out of the equation, and Ships peeks into 3 players. Somehow gets away with his life, but I'm not sure if he'll be alive much longer. Trapped in the corner. Eastor can spam him down, and Movistar Riders get a couple of clean picks to kick off this round.
That should allow them to close this one out quite easily. They've already got themselves that heaven control. They'll wrap in on A, despite there being one player who isn't really able to get anything done. I was going to say, he can't really be too much of a nuisance when there's players on all sides of him. Really, the only real thing he could have done there would be to take down Mopos, maybe steal away that rifle and just back out through lobby. In terms of actually doing anything to try and pull around back for c0ntact, there wasn't a lot to be done. Esperanto and Emmy now, at this point, probably just looking to save what they have in their hands. I mean, Deagles, Kevlar, a flash for both of them as well. But even then, that's not going to be easy, because, I mean, Emmy over towards the back of ramp, there's a player up close in Hell. That's Alex. I was going to say Steel might move in that direction as well, but I don't think Movistar Riders really want to be trying to hunt this one, so I don't think they'll really bother going any further forward. They themselves have all those rifles, of course. They have a lot more to give away than they really have to gain by trying to actually hunt.
With all those rifles, like you were saying, probably just better off saving, and that is what Movistar Riders will do. Carrying over all their guns into the next round, so a good amount of money built up, only having to rebuy the nades if they want them. And over on the c0ntact side of things, not much going for them in this one. Those 2 saved weapons. Ships buys a Zeus. There's a few positions you can play that Zeus with on the CT side, so we'll keep an eye on whether he can get a kill with that weapon. But other than that, c0ntact haven't got all that much to work with here. So again, it's just a case of trying to get some kills here for the CTs, try and do a bit of damage to Movistar Riders. And if you get a kill or 2, you're going to force the AKs and the rifles to be rebought. So could be valuable getting some kills in this round, but Emmy is the first to fall pretty early on as the outside aggression comes in.
Yeah, Yeah, and it's the perfect counter to that Zeus that Ships brought out as well. He can't do anything at the moment at this range. USP and a Zeus, we will see Movistar Riders, as you said, getting that full control for themselves. And with so much time as well, they can kind of just slow things down now. Wait and see what sort of moves c0ntact they're going to make. Of course, they're the ones that are feeling a little bit pressured, not having a lot themselves to work with. They kind of do need to force the issue somewhat. But we do now begin to see Movistar Riders looking to maybe try and get themselves a bit more control around hell, perhaps even try and make their way up into heaven, set up that A split again as we've seen before. But this is going to be them walking into a little bit of a stack. Two players in this area, Ships opting to go for the USP instead of the Zeus. Unfortunately, Dink and Steel down to 1 health and then getting dropped, and despite being low, Steel's actually able to follow up at that second as well. Okay, for a bit more. Nice shot by Esperanto. Okay, giving some hope here to c0ntact. If he can get one more kill, that's making it more than worthwhile, this kind of small bit of investment that they actually had in this round. Obviously, most of it being saved over. But that's not going to happen. It's 2 incredible shots, not able to follow up on Alex, though. And there it is, 3-0 for Movistar. Off the back of the pistol, though, not too surprising. This is where you want to see c0ntact really starting to pick it up now.
Yeah, starting to see a little bit out of some of the individuals there. Esperanto with a couple of nice shots, which is what we really need to see for the c0ntact side. And now they've got the AWP in the hands of Otto as well. He can be a big part of their success. Definitely a player who's capable of taking over games on occasion, so that would be a good start to this round if Otto could do just that. Nades deployed early, though. Movistar Riders have thrown that Molotov through the door. They've also got some nades being lined up into the A-bomb site. Just a bit of early pressure, and that nade landed dead on Emmy. He takes about half health from that one, so not a bad start for the Spaniards. And the one Brazilian in steel. Gotta keep him in there as well.
Yeah, pretty handy. I think the main goal of just putting the pressure in general around the A-bomb site is they're obviously known with it being the open and gun round that nades-wise, c0ntact are definitely going to be lacking a bit, so trying to run out as much as they possibly can early in the round before they really do begin to actually move forward on whatever their plan is. Right now is to show that presence towards outside. Not going to be moving towards Secret with those smokes, instead just taking the attention of quite a few CT players, and it looks like they will use that to try and set themselves up for again an A-split. In through main, in through the lobby. Molotov over on the hood to stop anyone from playing up above, so you can see one player is actually forced to play a little bit more aggressive in towards the hood itself. He's somehow staying alive for now, and Letney finding that player wrapping in through main. This push has been massively slowed down by Movistar. They may have to reconsider what they're doing here.
Yeah, Steel is already looking for a different avenue of approach, but a counter Molotov means there's no way for him to get a kill. Otto even rotates over with the AWP to cut that off, so they're going to double back to the A-bomb site, where c0ntact have still got a couple of players waiting. Both of them on the bomb site, though. That could make life a bit awkward, depending on how this plays out. But a quick kill from Letney. Eventually, the trade is there. And Emmy, also on the bomb site, gets another frag. It's all on Eastor. And even though he's got 1 kill back on the man at Heaven, he's got to push the site with the AWP, which won't be easy, especially as Esperanto arrives from behind. So c0ntact able to get their first round win. Solid hold there on the A site on the initial aggression. And then when Movistar go back and again try the A play, c0ntact were ready for it.
Yeah, strong hold and such an important round there for c0ntact. Keeping 3 alive especially as well, it lets them reinvest there and ensure that they get everything that they need coming into this round, because obviously we did see Movistar Riders still having quite a lot of money left over. So they bought right back into this, the main weakness for them being that 1 Galil that Steel has, but overall this is still a strong investment that they have a chance now to try and again just fight right back in, not let c0ntact get any control early on their CT side. Taking things a little bit slower though. The nade damage again on towards Emmy, but at least in this round it doesn't go untraded for the CT side. You see both Alex and also Easter being tagged down, I believe towards outside in the beginning by a nade. At least in the case of Alex.
Now Otto's also playing down secret with that AWP, which is something that Movistar have got to be a little bit careful of. They've only got a few players over at yards, so if that can be a pick for Otto, then he might be able to shut down that portion of the map. And Alex is having a little look here. Depending on the timing, Otto could go for this fight. As it stands, though, Movistar Riders not committing to anything too aggressively. They are now looking into the ramp room, though, and there are 2 CTs here. Ships with a good bit of nade damage across the board. Letney was waiting in the corner, but Movistar have cancelled any aggression they were going to go for. They continue to slow it down as they start to look into this A-split.
Emmy, yeah, instant headshot there. Help of Esperanto as well, going to be locking down again one angle of this attack for the T side and making it a bit easier for them to focus on towards Huh. leaving it all on Easter at this point. Tagged up heavily, being flanked out by Letney as well. It looked like he almost had the read right there to react to that and potentially give himself a chance in a 1-on-2, but not able to in the end. The second for Contact, again keeping a relatively clean round as well with 3 players alive. And most importantly, actually putting a stop to that economy of Movistar Riders. So getting something going here early on the CT side. That's the worry when you're on the CT side, that you lose the pistol and you lose the first gun round, because then you're kind of screwed. So it was, as I said, very important for them to get these couple of rounds early on and try and start building up some momentum. Double up setup. This is an interesting choice when they're up against pistols. And it can be very dangerous if you see the T's take it with a bit of a faster approach if they're trying to close in that distance.
Yeah, that second AWP is currently positioned in ramp room, so if he gets run over by a couple of pistols, then there is some danger there. But currently just holding that long-range angle, and considering Movistar Riders don't have many nades to be able to close the distance, it's going to be difficult for them to actually get in a position where they can take a fair fight against this AWP. Unless you land a very, very good shot with the Deeg, you're probably not winning that battle. So Movistar Riders look elsewhere, looking in through Squeaky, where Emmy is ready to shut the first man down, and Alex is going to pick up the Deagle. We'll see if it's cursed. Yes, it is. He also falls, and Emmy lines them up, making it look easy against the low buy.
Yeah, I mean, this was just destruction. Steel, he's the last one to crack. Stronger than the rest of his teammates, apparently. But nah, there wasn't much to be done there. I don't even think they really upgraded any pistols. So apart from, like, I think they had a Deagle and a P250 or something. So not expecting a lot. 1 or 2 kills would have been nice, just considering, as we said, in the last 2 rounds, they were able to get 2 kills in each of them. So they'd been doing a little bit of damage and at least keeping the pressure on. Now you see 5 survive for Contact. That lets them actually start building up some economy. And Movistar Riders realize how important this next gun round is actually going to be for them. They call in the pause. They want to try and, again, start adding some more rounds to this T side early on. It's all about just grinding them out. But will they buy? I would imagine so. They could, if they wanted, consider a save, just so that they could get a stronger buy in the next one. They're not going to have an op here, unless they wanted to go glass cannon on towards Mopaz, which isn't going to happen. I doubt he'd want to use the op, and I doubt he wanted to be glass cannon either. So nah, just going for the buy here. Rifles, as you would expect.
Yeah, I think this is fine. They've got enough smokes if they want to go for the outside smokes, for example. Maybe they're slightly lacking on the flashbangs for actually entering a bomb site, but I think they should still be okay as long as they're aware of their lack of utility. And Letney behind this smoke playing close, but there's an early pick for Movistar Riders. That means the nades are now kind of less relevant because they've got the man advantage. They're not going to need those nades quite as much, which is good because they don't have much utility left. But as I was saying, 5v4 lead already. They can get down secret safely, and Contact have got to respect this B side of the map now. Oh, hello. Mopos out through door almost gets the kill on the spam. Ships just about survives, and now Esperanto's trying to cover this off. Spray only good for 1, so the trades are looking good so far for Movistar.
Yeah, Otto will position himself, though, quickly towards ramp with this op. So if they do still come on towards this bomb site, the op is there to potentially try and at least pick one off, see if he can somewhat delay the push. If not, and it does seem like they definitely want to still favor on towards B. One player wrapping around towards single. Easter going to move in and join them so that they can have a bit of an easier time crossing onto the bomb site to try and get that planted. And in terms of nades, they do have a smoke, which should let them cross it in behind the silo. So I wouldn't imagine they struggle too much getting the bomb planted, especially now as Easter's actually posted up on the angle with the AWP. Although in theory could be towards the left side, but it's given them some room at least to work forward and ensure that they can get up close along this left side of the wall and plant.
There it is, bomb down safely. Steel is stuck in a slightly awkward position though, and Otto, oh, he doesn't have the angle. Steel is able to cross over to the left side. Otto needs to be aware of that fact because Steel is pretty close by here. Smoke down from Otto into the other position. Gives a bit more breathing room for the Contact players, and Eastor's aggressing on the back of that smoke. Needs to be careful here because Emmy's in position. The Molotov goes to the bomb site, but the time is so far gone. Contact have got to speed this up right now if they want this round win. Eastor can hear that defuse, but Otto's still on it. He has to get off, and Movistar Riders will win the round. Again, Eastor landing some good shots close range to give Movistar Riders the round win.
As you said, just took them a little bit too long to move forward. At that point, they didn't have the option to try and work for the kills anymore. They just had to hope that one player could hold off while the bomb was being stuck. And as we seen, the player in that dark corner, unfortunately not being expected, had an easy frag from behind. And at that point, hopping off the bomb, getting 1 kill, that was really the best that Otto could have done. And that was what he was able to achieve. Doesn't give them the round win, obviously. Movistar Riders are able to take that one and reclaim the lead for themselves. Now putting a stop to what was a 3-round win streak there from Contact. But they still have to buy. But this obviously is an opportunity for Movistar Riders, if they were to get this one, to potentially actually get up to 6 rounds already. And there's a massive opening from Easter.
Yeah, this is a big round here for Contact. If they lose this, like you were saying, it could get a bit out of hand in this first half, and Easter continues to land shots. In the earlier rounds, he was having to follow his teammates up as they tried to push the A site, for example. He didn't have easy fights for the AWP, but he was landing shots. This time he goes into Yard, a much better fight for him, and he wins it. And Steel keeps on going for Movistar Riders. Finally, Otto gets one back for Contact, but they're still a man down, and they've lost a lot of the map here on the CT side. Otto, though, gets aggressive to counter that. A second kill from him, and the bomb's been left behind. That's a big problem here for Movistar.
Yeah, absolutely massive. I mean, they're going to have to spend a lot of time trying to get back there, and to do so, they are going to have to likely fight through the op of Otto. Level down. No, he should be able to retrieve it himself if he goes now relatively quickly. Otto didn't continue to actually aggress into lobby, instead just sitting around radio room still for now. So, yeah, that bomb being retrieved should be brought back towards outside now, but where do they commit with it? Because they've only got 30 seconds. If they bring it towards B, it could be cutting it a little bit close. If they run it into A, obviously they don't know if there's anyone they're defending. Just in general, this is going to be cutting it close anywhere they go while trying to get through this defense.
So I'm going to go alone with the bomb there. Yeah. That's a bit dangerous. The time is so low here. Surely they've got to go 10 seconds. Slow goes down. That's the bomb dropped. I think that's round over. They can't get the bomb in time. Eastor picks it up, but there is not enough time left. Movistar Riders might have just lost track of it there, because once it hit 10 seconds, they started to panic, and just the one kill needed for Contact to win the round.
There was 11 seconds left, and Easter begun to rotate back up through Secret towards outside. It didn't make much sense to me. He was setting himself up, obviously, to pop up the vent, which probably isn't going to get him a kill with the op, let's be real. But if he flew up at the same time, his teammate coming in through main maybe could have had a bit more success. Obviously, they had someone coming in from heaven as well, so I think that was really the only way they could have done it. They just didn't have time to try and wrap anyone back around. We've seen even at that point the fact that it took Easter a little bit longer to run in. He didn't even have time to retrieve the bomb. If he had it come up vent, perhaps even if his teammate went down, perhaps they could have picked it up and brought it over and planted. But yeah, I mean, that was a strange round. Movistar Riders looked like they should have had that in the bag. They had themselves a 5-on-3. Otto snatches back 2 kills, and then things just kind of crumbled for Movistar Riders. As you said, once time got low, they started feeling the pressure.
Yeah, got to give a lot of props to Otto there, because we were saying that's a round that Contact really kind of need to win to get a good CT half on the board, or at least to get back control of this half, and he stepped up with both those kills. The first shot was solid, but then the second kill on the aggression was huge, because then he could push into lobby, got a lot of ground back for Contact, even though they lost the outside control, but here's the quick aggression. Emmy in from above, only good for 1. Alex trades it out, and Movistar are quickly onto this A-bomb site.
Yeah, considering they have these weaker weapons, this is exactly what they needed. A position where they'll be the ones holding down. Instead, the trade as one player came out of heaven, but it's not enough because we've still seen Esperanto pulling one back. Down to the 2-on-2 now at this point. The bomb obviously being massively delayed, so it's not going to be planted quite yet, but it's this flank from Steel. Oh no! A little bit of an accuracy because of the ladder. That is very unfortunate. Quick reaction though by Otto. Didn't see it from his perspective, but it looked like a nice little flick, and then Letney, he finishes it off there over towards A. These rounds have been crazy so far, man.
Yeah, I guess Movistar, after running out of time in the last round, decided they wanted to make sure that definitely wouldn't happen in the next one. They go for the full-on A-rush. It was looking decent for them to begin with. They only needed the 1-for-1 trade to get onto the bomb site. They had the smoke for main, but then they just couldn't get the bomb down quickly enough, and so Contact managed to just about string it out, just about draw it out. Definitely 1 or 2 fights could have made all the difference there, though. So Movistar keeping it close in that round, but no round win this time, and Otto's found a pick over at Yard. The outside smokes are coming into play. He won't have vision, or at least not clear vision. There may be a gap in the smoke, but he's not able... What? No way. That's his first kill, by the way.
He was just like, oh, I see those tracers. I'm gonna wreck you. Alex gets one in towards Secret as well. Esperanto goes down. Oh my god, if this round goes in favor of Movistar, man, that'll be crazy. They don't have Kevlar, they do have 1 rifle alongside those Deagles and a P250 now. But you're seeing everyone from Contact already rotating in. But still, double up setup. I mean, a couple shots missed. This could swing around, but it's Emmy here, who I think is probably going to be the one to put a stop to this for Movistar. Indeed, stops the bomb plant. The ops begin to frag as well. 1 pistol up close, but it's not enough for the second kill. good damage. They didn't invest much at all into that round.
Yeah, pretty good damage for them, all things considered. I just love how Lowell didn't have a kill on the board, and he just decided, you know what, it's time to get a kill. I'm just going to shoot through the smoke straight in the head. I got to get on the board. And he does get on the board, almost gets his team in with a chance to win the round. But like you were saying, the damage is good. Really keeps the pressure on c0ntact in these future rounds. And I think you can see that Movistar Riders are aware of that here. They take the time out ahead of this round, because if they win this one and start to maybe even win the T half and get a fair few rounds on this T half, they're going to be very comfortable. So the timeout ahead of this round, as they know how important this one is. No ult for Eastor this time though. He's been landing some fantastic shots with the sniper. So that's a bit of a shame for Movistar, but the AKs will have to do the trick ahead of round number 11.
Yeah, I mean, and Easter, since he's been playing well in general, I hope he still can keep that up with the AK. Obviously, a bit more limited in terms of trying to find those opening picks towards outside, which is what he was going for early. But what is the play here from Movistar Riders? Kind of going back to, I guess, what was working for them towards the beginning. Keep that pressure on A in the start of the round. Toss out the nades, try and do some damage. Just force the CTs to use what they have as well. Oh, and the double nade stack actually is going to take down Esperanto. We've seen 2 rounds already, I think, where they were able to drop Emmy to half health or so. And this time they realized, okay, we've been doing damage with them. We might as well just put a second and get the kill.
Yeah, Esperanto actually took 3 nades in that round, technically, because he took a bit of team damage at the start of the round from his teammate's nade. It wasn't that much, though. I hope that didn't make the difference, because it was Emmy's nade that did like 3 damage to him because he missed it.
I didn't even notice that one.
That's all right. Sometimes the auto director shows us different things. Eastor just gets an entry onto A. That's a quick pop onto the A site. I don't even think they used many nades there, Movistar. They just ran in and took the fights, and it's worked for them. They're on the A site. They should almost certainly be a round win. I don't think c0ntact are even going to try this. And now Movistar Riders can really get rolling here. And this should be at least 6 rounds on their T side, which is probably already enough if they get to that mark. And they could make it even better than that.
Oh, yeah, I mean, that's the thing. You kind of want the base half that you can somewhat feel comfortable with on the T side of being 6. But as you said, if you can add a little bit onto that, you start feeling fantastic. You feel more comfortable as you're going to the CT side. You have nowhere near as much pressure. And at the moment, c0ntact, they are obviously the ones who are going to be feeling that pressure. Because going into this next round, they don't have much money at all. No loss bonus either to help them out. We see ships actually getting hunted down and towards the, I think it was the spawn or something there. The map, I don't know if you were looking at the map there to see where that kill was, because mine wasn't watching them, but it showed the X miles off into the blackness of the map. That was really weird.
Yeah, it was indeed in CT spawn. For some reason, my auto director showed it to me on the stream, and yours just didn't show it to you. So
no, it's not. It was showing me the opper, the other player saving. Maybe mine's goal was just to show me who had actually carried a weapon over.
Yeah, there you go.
But yeah, an Oppa, FAMAS, some pistols. They bought fully because they only got 1,400 in that last round, so they did have multiple players on a double eco. But if this doesn't work, then Movistar Riders likely have...
Alex again is looking at the back of these smokes because he got a kill here previously. Not to be this time around though, because c0ntact are playing much safer. Otto again with that saved AWP. The main weapon of choice here on the c0ntact side. The rest of them not having exactly the best weapons across the board. A bit of damage done to Otto there, but he gets away with almost all his health. And he might look to reposition with that AWP now, because they've definitely heard the AWP rattling off some shots. So Otto's going to try and reposition, see if he can maybe catch Movistar off guard in another spot. But it looks like Movistar are still focused in lobby right now.
Like game pros.
Okay, Emmy just digs down 2 in quick succession over at Squeaky Door. That's a lovely start to the round, and it might find a way into this one on the c0ntact side of things. Ships also chiming in with his Desert Eagle. It's back to a 4v2 for c0ntact. This is an excellent start to proceedings for them. And now Lowell and Steel will try and get down to this B-bomb site, but Otto is here with the AWP. First shot lands. He may have missed the second one, but Steel is alone in a 1 versus 4. He may get the bomb planted at the very least, but Esperanto's on the quick flank, and c0ntact steal away the round win. Beautifully done there, especially by Emmy. Those first 2 frags really opened up that round for c0ntact.
I literally just got back in as his Deagle was recovering from the second shot. My GoTV randomly dropped for a few seconds, and yeah, I come back to the round to have him just crumbled from Movistar. I said how important that was as well, because if Contact had have dropped that force buy that they went for there, then we would have seen Movistar Riders coming out with 7 rounds on the T side at least. So that is one that they very much needed. And off the back of that now, they still have a chance to try and bring this up to 10, which is a half that they can feel comfortable with. We're actually seeing an FPS bug apparently over on the side of Movistar Riders right now, so they have called for a quick technical pause, but I believe already ready and backup, so it's not going to last too long.
That's what we like to hear. We can get right back into the action after Contact win a big impact round in the previous one. Eastor's now back on the AWP though. The top fragger for Movistar Riders has been performing very well so far in this game. He'll be hoping to keep that up. But yeah, Contact with a massive round win, and Emmy has really upped his game here in this first map. In the previous series that they played on the Contact side of things, he was struggling a little bit, but now he is back to his best, it seems, against Movistar Riders, and we're going to see if that continues in this very next round, as Movistar have got down Secret there. Eastor's just pushed through with the AWP. Quick aggression down Secret, quick map control for the T side.
Ooh, Letney tapping away. Actually finds that second on the player trying to come through credit card. Not going to be able to trade anything back, unfortunately, for the T's, apart from that one kill that did come in. I think that was down in Secret, actually. So, I mean, giving them a little bit of an opening. Mofo's on the other side of that smoke, had his crosshair perfectly ready for it. Esperanto drops, and suddenly it's a 3-on-3. I mean, they've got pretty good control overall now in this position, especially with Easter down in Secret just being a nuisance. The CTs have to be cautious of this. They potentially have to rotate someone down, which they haven't done yet. The question is, though, where do they actually go now, the rest of the players? They need to get that bomb, maybe bring it in towards ramp if they want to try and join up with their teammate down on B. And at this point, you do see Contact beginning to react a little bit. I was going to say they were positioning some players over towards ramp.
Yeah, I think Contact should be pretty aware that that player is down Secret, so they can, like you said, try and play around that, maybe rotate. Eastor's actually in the vents right now, so there's the chance he can just come quickly up to the A-bomb site, depending on how the kills go down. Emmy's just spotted a man in lobby, though. I believe that's the bomb he spotted as well, so that's a bit more information for the CT side, and with 25 seconds left, Movistar look likely to commit to this squeaky push.
Yeah, and I'm not liking their chances. I mean, again, the time quite low. The bomb actually gets dropped there, fortunately being retrieved straight up by Lowell. So they actually will be able to get it down to B for that plant. Honestly, it was looking a little bit awkward there for them to... Oh, okay, Easter, you need to get this kill before you can deny the bomb plant. From the double doors, though, Lowell taken down by Emmy. That's it. It's over. Again, the time being a pretty big issue for Movistar Riders.
Yeah, I was worried that Eastor might miss the kill and kind of not allow the bomb to be planted, but it didn't matter because the double doors swing open, like you said, and that's the round done. Again, Movistar Riders running out of time, sadly, which is surprising because Eastor was down Secret basically at the start of the round, so they had loads of time to try and set that up, especially once they got it back into the 3v3. There was a fair amount of time for them to work with, but again, not able to really commit to either bomb site quite in time. And even though they push down vents, it's always a risk to do that with 20 seconds left. There's always the chance that one of your players gets picked off early. So a bit of a shame for Movistar Riders. And that puts them back down to pistols on most players. Marplo's trying to see if he can get something going, but the smoke denies him. And again, Eastor's got that AWP, but he's not been given any early fights in this round.
Yeah, it's a tough one for Movistar Riders to lose. You can see the idea. I guess having that one player down in Secret, they kind of presumed that Contact would have rotated someone down already so that they could maybe have an easier time splitting up onto A. But that round's over. They do, of course, need to focus back now. And their goal, if they can get even that one round and bring themselves up to 6, then I think they can be in a pretty happy position. Not expecting a lot in this one. I mean, already that opening kill there being found, Steel getting wall banged down by the up. Not a good beginning by any means. Considering there is still the up, though, for Easter, you can't completely count them out. It's going to leave them a bit of an awkward spot. Obviously, though, we're in the next round. He also won't have the greatest of economy. He's walking straight outdoor right now, though, and the only players around this A bomb site, at least who are actively looking in this direction, were from up towards heaven. As I say that, though, Emmy, he comes in, is able to get himself one from up above the hut, playing on the rafters, and decides to continue on frag, and eventually, actually, Alex pulls back a couple, but that's it. It won't really affect the CTs, obviously, since they're coming into the final round of the half now anyway. And they do have enough money to reinvest back in. With that drop to Letney, at least, a little bit iffy, but I don't think they'll struggle really getting out anything they need.
Yeah, I think they might be talking about whether Alex is going to drop the AWP. That will come through. Eastor can drop back the AK, so they're okay. Eastor will be missing some nades, and Alex will also only have a smoke, but it is not too shabby for them. Meanwhile, on the c0ntact side, their economy has never been too well established, but now that we're in the last round of the half, they can buy up that double AWP setup we saw previously, and a bit of early damage done to some of the Movistar Riders players. Nothing significant, though, just a bit of chip damage on those nades. And again, Movistar Riders have got these outside smokes, but they're pushing on the left side of them. Great start to the round. Emmy up close, though, drops the bomb. And this time, Movistar Riders go in too early with the bomb. But Mopos has got the refrag. That could give them access to this A-bomb site. Ships is here on the rotate. He needs to land some shots. And, oh, he misses the first one. That could be devastating as Ships goes down on the A-bomb site. And Esperanto also gets caught off guard. That shot from Ships might have been the round changer now, as Otto's got a 1v3 on his hands.
Yeah, once the bomb goes down here, I mean, which it has, you just don't fancy your chances. Obviously having to go for it since it is the final round of the half, but trying to move forward going to be near impossible with Lowell still lurking around up close as well. This was looking like he was going to somewhat check it. Didn't in the end, so an easy one tap comes through for Lowell. And with that, Movistar Riders, they do manage to come out with 6 rounds there from their T side. Not a bad result, but will it be enough? Find out after the halftime break.
She bring me back, not a heart attack could take away all the love I had for you. It bleeds for you, it bleeds again. Oh, you bring me to life. Oh, you bring me to life. Oh, you bring me to life. It's been the road less traveled, all alone. Feeling my body leveled on my own. I can just feel it, no way to stop it. The sounds of the music so through my bones. I can just taste it, no need to fight it, 'cause I'm out here staying. It's lies to my soul. 'Cause lightning and thunderstorms are never stopping me before. This night is never over, not until I leave the floor. So that's a passion, baby, I can never get enough. So don't you try and stop me, dance until the sun comes up.
c0ntact come away with 9 rounds from their first half. Still definitely anyone's game, though, as we head into Movistar's CT side of their map pick. They'll be looking to up their game and get this one over the line, Dean, because this is their map pick over on the Movistar side.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like overall the 3 maps definitely do favor them. Even going on towards Mirage next, I think they'll look pretty comfortable in general. But definitely wanting to pick up their own map choice here just to get off to a good start in this series. And, I mean, finding initial openings as this A rush is coming in from the T side. Only a single trade initially being found. Otto is able to take down Alex then, and with that actually give them control of the bomb site. But they've taken quite a lot of damage themselves in the process of doing so. Going forward, though, nice shot by Emmy, giving over some hope. Not able to live much longer himself. But it's the 2-on-2. I mean, there's still a bit of room here for Contact to work with. They obviously have loads of time, and they're not really in a rush to get this bomb down. They're hoping to maybe be able to try and do a little bit more. Okay, gonna put it down now that they have to cover over towards Heaven.
And they're able to get off the bomb site. Otto might have been spotted there. I'm not entirely sure, but he gets into Hut safely. Ships is very low on the bomb site itself, though, so Contact will be wanting to try and play together here. Ship's still having to worry about Heaven, and he's got players on the bomb site already. Otto unable to trade instantly, and Eastor gets both their heads. Beautifully done by Eastor on the retake. Ship's there just staring at Heaven. Unfortunately, Otto didn't have the angle to actually see the players pushing onto the site, so the freebie for Eastor was a lovely start to the equation there. And then Otto trapped in Hut with the bomb not planted for him. Never the best position to be in.
Don't know if you were watching them both just spam away on the head of a body there. Bit of BM.
Yeah, you'll love to see it.
You do. Pause coming in. Contact losing that pistol. Not too happy with it, apparently. Coming straight through with a tactical to decide what way they're going to buy up, most likely. Considering they got that bomb plant, this is normally what you see. Some rifles coming into play. Otto able to get one himself. You could see some dropped over then as well, potentially. Emmy actually just going to go for the Galil. Esperanto gets a Deagle. Lightning goes for an AK. We'll probably give that to Ships, take a Deagle in return. Actually gives it to Esperanto and takes the Deagle in return. So Ships will probably just gone down to a pistol as well. Overall, though, a relatively decent investment for them to try and fight back into this and see if they can steal away the force buy. And we do have to remember, Movistar Riders, I mean, they got off to a good start in that previous half, picking up the 3-0 lead initially off the back of the pistol. So picking up this second pistol as well definitely helps them. Contact overall in the gun rounds, I would say, have been looking like the much better team. You can see that just from looking back at the scoreboard right there. It was only a few stray rounds, really, from Movistar Riders, apart from those first few that they got off the back of the pistol. But here we go. Looking for some outside control on that T side with those rifles. Likely to lead the way. And there is a couple players around here for Movistar.
Whew. Good kill from Emmy. Clears the position of Steel. Lowell playing up on the bomb site means he can pretty quickly be traded there. And here comes the flank from Alex. Well timed as it's turned into a 2 versus 2. These trades again at the start of the round leave us in a 2v2 position. And the bomb should be planted safely on that B bomb site. But Otto needs to link up with his teammate here because Ships is currently alone on B. Otto is going to work his way through ramp, so he will be safe to watch the bomb. But I think it's planted behind the silo. So Otto playing from ramp won't be the best position here for the post plant.
No, definitely not. It looked like he may have had the chance even to flank out Easter in the door. Easter instead has just been kind of chilling here, wondering where the hell has he gone. Eventually we'll have to try and, of course, move forward, move down towards B alongside his teammate. He is trying to come straight in from the double doors. Not really waiting for Easter to come through. Didn't really have the time to do so, to be fair. So he ends up going down to the dig. And with that, Easter is just forced to back off and save his M4 into this next round so that they have something to work with. Other than that, though, I mean, they'll buy up, but it's only going to be pistols, Kevlar, maybe a few nades behind it as well. Contact stealing away that force buy is very detrimental here to Movistar Riders.
Yeah, I think you can see Contact's playstyle as well in these early rounds, at least, has been very much just relying on trade kills, relying on strength in numbers, but they've been really good at finding the trades and bringing it down to these 2v2s where it's kind of anyone's game. And especially in these 2v2s after the trades, oftentimes the CTs are having to take gambles and not being able to cover both bomb sites. And well, Contact are making the most of that. They get the free bomb plant on B. They get the positional advantage. Now Esperanto is aware of the aggression from Eastor. The one saved gun tried to see what it could do. Turns out it can do nothing. Esperanto removing the rifle. And now Movistar don't have a great deal to work with, but these pistols can still do damage.
Yeah, they want to go forward. They've actually pushed a couple players in towards lobby. For the moment, it's only Ships who's holding it, and he's holding quite passively. With the Mac 10, he's going to find Mopo's peeking around that corner and have a very easy time just mowing him down, apparently. So the advantage that was already in favor of Contact at this point extended even further towards them. The deagle being resorted to there for Ships as he peeks in, looking for the headshot, and decimates Lowell, who was hoping to be able to finally pull something back from Movistar. But no, this force buy not working out well for them. As long as contacts go together here, they're likely not going to struggle getting onto any bomb sites. And indeed, another opening on towards A, leaving it all to Steel now. He's pushed into ramp, so he can maybe still catch Ships. But that's only a Mach 10, so I don't think that'd do a lot. Hang on. Ships wasn't watching this, though, so he's got himself in the hut, which probably won't be expected.
Oh, so close to the kill. But Emmy takes the dink and plays it safe. Letney can run in and run down the last man. So no damage done by Movistar Riders in that round, sadly. And now it is going to have to be the save across the board. Eastor's got the extra cash, but he wants to buy the AWP as soon as possible. So I think this is likely to be almost a full save for Movistar Riders here. And this allows c0ntact to come out to quite a nice lead in this second half at this point. Here is the full eco. Not even a single nade brought into this round. Sometimes you see teams buy maybe one flashbang here in the hopes that they can blind a couple of players and get some kills. But Movistar Riders are fully just relying on this stack of USPs.
Don't count out that one P2000. Look, Mopos gets the kill with P2000. That's why you don't count it out, Hawkett.
I'm sorry.
I mean, overall, I was going to say overall, they had a chance to get another couple of kills. Letney and Otto almost taken out during their duels. But, yeah, man, P2000, master race. Where's the buy? We didn't get a lot in that one as expected. But it's 12-7, so if Movistar Riders don't take this gun round, at that point 14-7 before they get another, this is one that they need to take, otherwise they're probably going to be dropping their own map choice here in this best of 3 up against c0ntact. As I said, Nuke is a map that c0ntact normally look pretty good on. I'm a little bit more worried even moving forward on towards Mirage and then also Train, because we've seen them struggle on that. Even though Mirage is their pick, I do still think it's a very strong map for Movistar Riders that could go either way.
Yeah, and the utility in this buy is not optimal for Movistar Riders. They had a few nades at the start of the round, but once Mopos uses this smoke at door, they're out of utility. No kits, no nades left. It all comes down to the rifles to hold this one off. And with c0ntact having a player down secret, that bomb plant could end up coming through. They've got the ramp players ready to aggress as well, although there's a double stack here for the CT side.
No helmets though. Ships with that Mach 10 going to be the one to lead the charge, and indeed, Steel goes down. Just a little B-hop around the corner. Too much for him to handle. Full ramp control being done. Opos is still nearby though to try and challenge. Haven't actually pushed in through lobby. He takes control of the bomb. Gets a double. That's the bomb now dropped there. Oh, that is... How the hell has this happened? I guess they were trying to move it in a little bit later on. Now they have to spend so much time trying to retrieve it. And with 3 players already around this position, that is not going to be an easy task for them at all. Alex even manages to shut down that lurker towards outside.
Nades deployed by c0ntact to try and get the bomb back. The smoke gives them some cover, but Eastor's AWP is still honed in on this angle. And Letney, you can see, is just hoping to bait it out, but he gets the headshot anyway. There's a second man around the corner, though, and Ships was not there to assist his teammate get the bomb back. He was trying to see if he could maybe wrap round from heaven, but with such little time left on the clock, he might be better off saving at this point. 12 seconds left. Ships doesn't even want to drop down, doesn't really want to make the noise, so he will look to hold on to this AK. Maybe try and get a kill at the end here. Oh, yeah, Lol goes back for the AWP. Smart play from Ships. He might deny that AWP from being saved as Ships drops down, goes for a spam, which might cost him, but he is okay. He stays alive.
Honestly, yeah, it looked like he was going to go down to the player that was sneaking out the order. I like the idea. I guess he was trying to wall bang down onto anyone who might have been trying to actually pick the AWP up. And obviously, you don't see it being retrieved from Movistar Riders, so they're not going to have that coming into this round now. c0ntact haven't actually kept weaker weapons themselves in that previous round. They still have plenty to buy back in. So despite actually losing that round, they're still in a really strong position where they have the opportunity to completely destroy the economy of Movistar Riders. They've even put it back down into a spot where they'd only get 1900 if they were to lose this one, not giving them right near enough for a buy. That is ballsy from Steel. Actually works out. He takes down Ships, and elsewhere Easter does find some success too, which was very crucial considering they actually did lose one player to Esperanto towards outside.
Oh my god. Lowell is in a very good position behind the tees. Lots of information gathered, but Emmy's got another frag for c0ntact. They keep on going. Letney with a fantastic shot. He's traded by Mopos though, and here comes the flank from Lowell. Otto should be caught with his trousers down, and he is indeed going to fall. Now it's up to Emmy, who has the bomb in his hands, and he knows he's got access to the A site now. He saw both Lowell and Mopoz get kills just a few seconds earlier. So bomb planted by Emmy, and he can work with the information he's gathered to try and reposition here, getting close up to the old vent. Mopoz has to come up through the vents, so Emmy has got a nice angle in this position. The flashbang blinds him though. Movistar Riders still need to clear this corner. The Molotov is so good. Emmy gets the first kill, but he's forced into the open, and Lowell is very ready for that fight. Well placed Molotov wins Movistar the round.
Yeah, honestly, I was surprised that they spent so much time clearing that corner. I was thinking it might have worked out for him just because of the fact that he had planted the bomb for the other side, of course, but they didn't fall for it. Being as careful as they could, as you said, well-placed Molotov made it almost impossible there for him to manage to win that one out, unless he somehow just took the fight through the flames and managed to get that second kill. It was a tough spot to be in. Another round goes towards Movistar Riders. Another close one, though, where they really aren't c0ntact to live with anything apart from that one player, obviously. So, again, that reinvestment, it costs them everything and does leave them with another FAMAS. Other than that, though, the buy is pretty strong. c0ntact, though, they're continuing to invest themselves. It's only really now that their economy is finally run down. So, again, we need to see another round going over towards Movistar Riders if they really want to start getting some control on their economy in this half.
It's never been too comfortable for Movistar throughout this half in terms of the economy. Alex has got behind red containers safely this time round, and c0ntact aren't going to go outside, so that's good information early into this one for the Movistar Riders. They know that it's not going to be the outside play, so they can begin to react off the back of that. They can start those rotations. The ramp player's already fallen back, so Emmy's taking control for c0ntact into ramp room, and they may just try and wrap down to this B site. But again, with Alex pushing through yard, this is a massive amount of information.
Yeah, I mean, Ships is in lobby, but he's not really going to be expecting anyone to come in from this position, at least not so soon. So this should be a kill for Alex quite freely. Yeah, that was a little bit closer than I expected. There was almost an attempt by Ships to be able to react to it, but he does go down, and at this point now, c0ntact pretty much just have to get going forward. The issue is already, you can see that, of course, rotation has come in from the CTs. They have two players down towards this bomb site east. They're playing around that smoke in the window. Help from the double doors if it's needed. He actually gets that opening kill, following up with a small bit of damage as well. So just chipping away at these T players as they try and go forward, making it harder and harder for them. Eventually, something being recovered by Otto, but that's all so far. Okay, they combine on another 3-on-2 though. They're both trapped in around that dark corner, which is known right now by the CTs as well. So it is near impossible for them to get out of this position. Peaked at the same time there between two players from the doors, and it's cleaned up indeed by Movistar Riders. Much cleaner round. Finally keeping a few players alive at least, so that they can just drop over two rifles, make sure they have all the firepower that they need at least in terms of weapons. The bomb, though, going down actually does give maybe a chance for c0ntact to buy again if they want.
I think that smoke at the window room there missing, and having that small gap was such an awkward way to start the round, because c0ntact already lost a player before they even begun moving onto the bomb site, and then the rest of the squad have to commit to the site to keep the bomb planter safe, and just leaves them in this very, very bad position for the post plant. So even though they get the bomb down, Movistar are able to just play all the angles. Alex's aggression meant that there were so many players stacked on that B site. They were very ready for that push. And now it's only a 2-round difference, but like he was saying, c0ntact can definitely invest some amount into this round. It's the question right now of whether they want to go for the full buy or not, and that's been answered. Esperanto buys the AK, Ships gets one of his own, Otto with the AWP, so definitely worth buying in this case. They've got 4 rifles and just the 1 MAC-10 for Emmy, and the nades aren't too bad either, so another chance for c0ntact to keep the pressure on the Movistar Riders.
Yeah, actually looking for what I think is going to be a very quick A split right now. Letney surfing around the corner and in towards main. Will avoid Alex initially. Trying to stick around though as the smoke goes down. Of course, that not being a wall, Alex is able to spam through and again shut down one avenue of attack here for the T side. And with that, alongside also the players on the A bomb side having put smokes down, completely just put a halt to what was that initial A push. Now they're all just holding off in lobby. They're going over towards ramp where they're looking for control. And as I do swap them, I realize that they've got it for themselves, because Movistar Riders, they did give it up. They quickly reacted, I believe, and kind of begun to rotate off of that to bolster up the A bomb site defense and also leaving one down on B. Easter, though, is going to be challenged. Only having an MP9, really not the ideal weapon for this.
Oh, Mopoz is going aggressive himself, though. And this flank might be just timed right. Eastor, like you were pointing out, is the first player to take contact, though. He's in trouble. Esperanto runs him down. Mopos on that aggression, though, is flanking through ramp. This could actually work out. Otto's taking the shot from behind him, so it's a free frag for Mopos. It's only a 3 versus 3 for Movistar Riders, though, and they're still not entirely sure where Contact are going, but they finally spotted the bomb on the A site. Nade almost finishes Emmy off. He is going to go down eventually, and Ships is going to have to fight his way out of this one. He's got the first frag. Flashbang not deployed just yet. He's stuck in heaven, which isn't the best position to be in here. Once they tap that defuse, he's going to have a bit of a tough time actually fighting toward the bomb site. But Movistar Riders taking their time themselves. Smoke deployed by Ships. He's got the flashbang as well, but they've still not tapped that bomb. That's because the flank is coming through. Steel coming in from behind. Perfect position. Make sure that Movistar Riders keep on going. They just about win the round. And again, a bunch of close rounds for them, but they're able to get it over the line.
Yeah, I mean, they managed to keep edging out these past few. Again, as you said, being relatively close, so they're really not building up their own economy, but most importantly, just getting these rounds in their favor, beginning to actually close in what was a pretty spectacular, pretty significant lead, rather, for Contact Gaming. After this round, we should see it being 12-12. Unless these pistols manage to come out on top, who knows? We've seen some crazy rounds so far in this game. But it's just a few deagles. There's a Tech 9 in play, some nades as well to give them some sort of a tactical approach if they want to in this round, which they are going for those outside smokes. Pretty standard, I guess. You want to try and get those pistols down in towards Secret, I suppose. Considering they had 4 deagles, I thought they might have actually played this a little bit slower. Secret isn't normally where you'd want these deagles to go. Steel, though, he could be in trouble. Yeah, actually aggressive on his own. That's a rifle now given over to them.
Yeah, holding a fairly close range angle by himself. He wasn't peeking into yard either, which could have maybe worked out for him. Could have allowed him to fall back. Instead, he gives up the AK, and that goes into the hands of Esperanto. Still some nades left for Contact as well. They've got another smoke. They've got a couple of Molotovs, which could definitely help them get onto one of these bomb sites. But here's the flank from Movistar Riders. Might not be in time, though. Ships is deploying this smoke onto the B site. And here comes Mopos. He is going to arrive in time. They're trapped in the vents. Letney eventually fights his way out of it. Another gun recovered. But Alex is still here holding. And the spray eventually does the damage required. Esperanto now with that AK is in a 1v3, but the flank from Lowell should be the closer here. Clinches the round with the final kill. And Contact again make it somewhat close, but this time it's a bit more comfortable for Movistar Riders as they survive with 3.
Yeah, I mean, considering they weren't up against a full buy, though, they probably wanted it to be a little bit cleaner on their end. Maybe only dropping 1 player max, keeping 4 alive so that they can actually start building up some money rather than just having to pretty much drop over to the 2 players who go down, and at that point not really get to build up any at all. As you can see, they really do have very little left in that reserve. They're still in a spot where 1 round from Contact would put them down onto an eco, so it's a little bit awkward. Easter, though, he's just rushing straight into the hut right now with this AWP. He actually does manage to get himself a decent amount of control. Got that angle in towards the back of the lobby. Wasn't able to connect the shot, unfortunately. But at the very least, that kind of put some pressure here on Contact. You've seen it took them a little bit extra before they started moving forward. They did push Ships now in towards the door, but most of their focus towards outside instead.
Alex is playing that same passive position at the back of garage or warehouse. I think he may have heard the steps of Emmy, who ran down Secret. So there should be a bit of information for Movistar Riders.
Yeah, Mopos has actually gone down, I believe.
There we go. A response there from the CTs. Otto's just standing on top of that red container. Could be a vulnerable position, but Movistar Riders can't fight too hard. There's Mopos, though. The rotate you were talking about gets a quick kill onto Emmy. Gives Movistar Riders the early advantage.
Yeah, I mean, he had no idea. He wasn't even really being cautious of the fact that anyone was going to rotate it in through Secret there. So that was pretty much a free kill for Mopos. Stuck around for a moment, actually spotted Letney up on top of the main position as well, and actually managed to dink him down to 2 health. So this is a spectacular advantage now for Movistar, especially as Alex, again, hiding in that little cubby in towards the back of garage, is able to find 1. You can see at this point, Contact can be forced to make this commitment happen in towards A. Neither of these uppers hitting their shots right there, but obviously that's going to be costing Contact a little bit more because the time's getting low. They need to get these openings quickly, and so far it is just not happening. Okay, the wall bang, so Easter is taken low, but he still just goes ahead and frags out and gets both of those remaining kills. 13-12, Movistar Riders now have gone ahead and taken themselves the lead. haven't now taken 6 rounds in a row. So this has been a great CT side from them, especially in comparison to how much they struggled back on their T side in those gun rounds.
Nice quick shots from Eastor there to close out the round. He's up to 24 kills now. Joint top fragging. It's kind of been a battle of the AWPers in some senses, with Otto also being the top fragger for c0ntact. Definitely two of the players on the server who, again, are capable of making big plays, of taking over maps, but the rest of Movistar Riders have all been solid. That's kind of been the difference right now in terms of the fragging count. Yard control taken. The smokes don't have a gap, I believe. Alex at least not pulling the trigger, so they're going to get down secret safely. And Movistar Riders have struggled with this somewhat before, but we'll see if they struggle again, as c0ntact have got all 5 players down secret.
Yeah, one positive being that having Esperanto in his current position, they can kind of slow down that rotation intra the vents, so they're making Movistar Riders take that longer approach, of course, of going down to ramp if they do want to position themselves. They've already got Steel there, so he is in a decent spot to try and hold this one, but being alone for the moment at least, as you said, with all these pistols, with that Galil coming in, if he gets overwhelmed, if he's not able to get a kill or two, if he's not able to be helped out by now that ramp rotator, then there's definitely a chance for some success in this round for c0ntact. But, oh, I was going to say Steel had a good position. Never mind. Emmy comes through with the deagle, instantly rips his head off, and that confirms from the bomb plant.
Nade does some damage, but they can't stop the bomb from being planted, and they can't stop the gun from being recovered. Movistar Riders have got so many players in ramp right now, they don't look like they want to go for this. They're not comfortable retaking this B side of the map. They only really have flashes to work with, so with so many angles against them, they've decided to call this one off. They're going for the save. This is a huge round for c0ntact to get one back on the board. It's going to be all tied up, and this game is looking like it's going to go the distance right now. Movistar Riders, aware of their economy, saving 4 guns into the next round. I guess the upside is that c0ntact aren't saving too many guns of their own, just the one recovered M4 and the one Galil, but they get to save the armor over on all 5 players at the very least.
Yeah, I don't really think they're too worried. They did all end up losing a bit of their armor to the bomb, unfortunately. So they can't go ahead and get the cheap upgrade to the helmet, so they will have to spend 1,000 on that, unfortunately. So, I mean, after they rebuy up their own rifles and stuff, it's not like c0ntact are going to have a great economy either. As we said, Movistar, they had to save there because of their money not being in that great of a position. They're able to easily rebuy back into the nades and such that they do need now. But this is a tough spot to be in, despite having such a strong CT side so far. The fact that they had a little bit of a poor start in the previous half, had a slow start in this half as well after, of course, winning the pistol and then losing to the force play and letting 3 rounds go. It could cost them, because, I mean, if they were to lose this one, their economy in a very first spot where they may have to take an eco. So this round just being so important right now for both of these teams about who's going to get that control going into the final few rounds of this map.
Definitely coming down to the wire in these last few rounds of regulation. AWP in the hands of Eastor again, and he's going to challenge Yard with it, going down secret at the start of the round. This could work out for him, because c0ntact have a couple of players here. Esperanto's already pushed out through Yard. And Movistar Riders also taking some positions close in hut. So a couple of awkward positions for c0ntact to deal with. That Molotov there goes to the back of red container. Still not clearing out Eastor in at secret, though. Looks like c0ntact are going to take a slow start to this round. Just a couple of pieces of utility deployed. And now they're going to line up these outside smokes, which land a little bit closer on the warehouse side to try and take away the information from the CTs.
The only issue is with Eastor's position, if he does peek out at all, he should realize there's not really much at all going on towards outside, apart from Esperanto, if he is to show himself, of course. Needs to be cautious because of that. We actually see the opening kill still being found around that lobby aggression, and Steel, he's pushed up through ramp as well. This may not be expected. Letney looking in to clear it initially, nearly the second kill being found as well, but not quite. But with the damage that was done, I was going to say it certainly helps them out. Either way, Eastor will be off ensuring that that player goes down, so the damage wasn't even necessary. And then Alex there to finish it off. So Movistar Riders, they lose one round. They immediately bounce back with one on the CT side themselves. Fortunately for the c0ntact buyers, they do still have a relatively decent economy here. It's only really Otto who's struggling a bit to buy. In theory, he could get dropped over by Emmy also, if they do want to go for that, obviously. I would imagine that would be the case. Okay, no, he's got a rifle already. Must have been given over by someone else. Lightning gave it over, I believe, yeah. So they've got a good buy here, but this is potentially their last buy round. If this doesn't work, they're going on to a much weaker investment in the following, unless again they can get the bomb plant down or at least save some weapons over whatever spare money and such. So this is it. I mean, surprisingly, Movistar Riders were the ones that actually called that pause. They're just wanting to compose themselves, realizing that this is their chance to close it out.
Yeah, also interesting that Movistar Riders call that pause because c0ntact were actually out of tactical timeouts. They used their last one in the previous round. Yeah, so they'll take that. They'll be happy to talk things over ahead of what is kind of a must-win round for them, considering the economy situation. At least a bomb plant would be nice to make sure they can buy into the next round, whatever happens. And c0ntact this time not spreading out in the slow default. They've got loads of players grouped up over outside. Alex is playing the same position where he can hear the steps, so Mopoz with the quick rotate down to cover it off. He deploys the smoke, and c0ntact putting pretty much all their players down secret. 3 of them moving down, while 2 of them remain back behind this red container.
Yeah, I mean, in theory, if they wanted to, this could be leading to an A split with 3 up vent, but I highly doubt that'd be happening. So I think right now, just keeping that secret control, ensuring that they have these players still towards outside, just because of the fact that we've seen Movistar Riders being so aggressive on their CT side, that they are potentially expecting that flank to come in again around potentially True Lobby in the spawn, expecting a player to be peeking around the garage, which right now is being held by ships. You see Alex is in there. Timing, though, could be a little bit awkward. Beginning to throw a few nades, a flash goes in. Eventually, we're going to see c0ntact down towards B. Didn't quite catch it on my end, but it was actually Easter who comes out on top of that initial exchange for the CTs. So with that, c0ntact, I guess, being forced to shy away from their initial plan and try and bring it back around towards Hell. But this position from Alex is massive. Actually, he shoots on the first. I thought he might have waited for a bit more.
Steel's rotating over now. They're all looking the other way, and Steel gets 2 players in the back. Beautifully timed on that push through. And Letney doesn't even have the bomb in his hands. 18 seconds. This round is done and dusted. He's got the flank onto the first player. Almost misses it. Just about gets the headshot. But it is inconsequential at this point. He can't get the bomb. He can't win the round. And so Movistar Riders will get their 15th on the board. And even though Alex pulled the trigger on the first player there, it ends up working out because of how quickly Steel can rotate over. So credit to Steel to realizing what was happening, to coming into the round at just the right time. And Movistar Riders get away with another round win, just 1 away from victory, and both teams using all their tactical timeouts here in regulation. The last timeout of Movistar Riders called ahead of what could be the last round of the game.
Yeah, of the map at least, it is a best of 3, of course, so even if c0ntact do drop this one, it's not over. They have their own map choice of Mirage coming up next, but as I said, Mirage is still a good map for Movistar Riders. I do think that that's going to be a close one that could go either way. And even if it gets to train, then that's definitely one that I would be favoring Movistar. There we go, getting back into it. Pause is removed, and as I said, coming into this final round now, potentially the buy being relatively weak, considering they weren't able to get that. Unfortunately, bomb plant to boost it up as much as they would have wanted to. Is it yeah, just I guess the 1 Galil being the main weakness, and then obviously Esperanto not having the helmet, which shouldn't cost them too much. Up against an op and AK, it's the 3 M4s obviously can be a little bit more dangerous, but overall it's a decent investment for them to fight for the overtime. But no, Alex just immediately towards outside manages to pick up a double opening. Again, my camera not catching it for me, but I believe it may have been around the edge of that smoke that went down. They were trying to cross over towards the red box and unfortunately weren't able to do anything. So that control's completely gone. They're pretty much forced now to make a decision about doing something, and they're just trying to go towards ramp.
Steel just about gets the spray down. 2 kills on the elevated position. The bomb's dropped up there as well. That's so awful. Ships can't even get the bomb if he wanted it, but it might not matter. He's going to go down at the hands of Alex. 3 kills from Alex after going aggressive outside to start the round. He closes it out. A 16-13 win for Movistar Riders on their map.